Rock, what it do, man?
What it do, man? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
salute, Rock.
yeah. We could hear you, gang. How you doing?
Everything is well, man. Making it happen, man. Just getting back home from a long week of scouting. Went down to Mobile, man. Working with some of the next guys that's about to be in the draft. So I'm just trying to rest up and catch up on a little street news, man. Checking y'all boys out.
Okay, for sure, man. If y'all don't know, man, this Rock Carmichael right here, man. Hey, Rock, give him a little introduction on, you know what I'm saying, your journey, like, you know what I'm saying, where you played at in college, NFL, and what you do right now, present.
Right. So I'm from the DMV area, man. I went to Virginia Tech. Graduated 2010. 2011 was a fourth round draft pick. Went to the Houston Texans. I played with some legends down there.
Hmm.
Andre Johnson just went to the Hall of Fame. Arian Foster, Matt Sharp. I got to be with some top dogs. My service.
Orlando, you good now?
My bad, man. Look, I live in the country. I retired and brought some land, man. So I done moved off grid. You know what I'm saying? Doing my thing.
Hey,
But
that's the goal, man. That's the goal.
That's what I was saying earlier.
yeah. We got some land. I'm out here in the sticks, man. I mind my business, but I ended up going to Philly. Playing a couple years with Chip Kelly was up there in Philly, and then man, when I got back to the retire, man, and get back to the community and help out the way that I was helped and made it to that level. It takes real cats to, get out there and sacrifice. And that's what helped me get to where I was at. And, I just wanted to do what I can to get that shit back, man.
For sure, man. Hey, and I want to say this, man. For the people that don't know, I'm gonna pull up his YouTube channel. He got a YouTube channel, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe. Let them know the content that you have on your YouTube channel, and let them know what you stand on, your saying, and what it means, man.
Okay, man. So, in sports or just in life, period, man, you hear people say, get 1% better, or they with the 1%, and especially in football, we use that kind of as a fraternity, with the Super Bowl and everything going on right now. That's the best of the best. But to even make it to be in one of those draft picks, you be considered a 1%er, and
Right.
those numbers based off of how many college and high school athletes, football players that's playing right now. Out of that 3 million, literally less than 1% of those guys will be selected to the NFL draft, right? So out of the 3 million high school football players, you really only have about 200 and some odd picks, to make it. So that it get real cutthroat the more you climb to the top. And so we go by 1%. You can see that right there. What I'm saying? Try to put in the camera. But
Hmm
so I live by that, and I make sure all my kids understand, what it takes to make it. And it shit look cool on the internet, on Instagram dancing and all the cool stuff, but it take a lot of work, to be successful in this thing. And if you can use that, from what I learned, through the 1%, through my journey, I think it is able to help in life. I'm able to witness and watch you guys, be successful on YouTube and learn and, see how I can put that into what I'm doing, and right now, we got a YouTube channel. Everybody check it out, the 1% Network. I shoot everything and, edit everything myself, definitely learning from some other cats, but and gonna continue to get better. But man, we cover the recruiting trips, taking kids to different colleges and trying on the uniforms, getting scholarships, doing that whole thing. Like I say, was just down at the Senior Bowl. I got the link with Jerry Rice and Terrell Owens. Some real legends, man. I see you rocking the Steelers jersey. I got to sit
For
down with
sure.
Mike Tomlin a little bit, and some of them cats, man. So I try to put all that behind the scenes footage on camera and show, just what I'm doing right now, and like you say, man, what it take to make it to that next level.
Mm-hmm.
Salute. And I want to say, man, for the people that don't know, I play football, and just coming from an urban community, just us as us, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, the only way they see out is sports. Like, we don't know coming up nothing else. Only thing we know is sports. So I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. When I first met him and I was talking to him on the phone, I was sitting in the car teary-eyed, just thinking about life in the past. Like, I never seen me doing nothing but playing football. So once I realized I wasn't gonna play football, like, I never had nothing else playing. Like, I never thought about nothing else. And his 1%, his slogan and what he live by and die by, only 1% gonna make it. We never knew about that shit. Like, it's so hard to get in the NFL. So what I did was I put myself in these guys' shoes that he's training. You know what I'm saying? These kids that's coming up from school and that's only thing they know is football. And a lot of them ain't gonna make it. A lot of them just not gonna make it, and that's the honest truth, bro. And that shit, it really bothered me, because it's like, for the people that's coming from where we come from, that's all we know. And a lot of us ain't gonna make it when it comes to the sports. It's just gonna be that 1%. But to be in that 1%, you gotta go hard. Like Eric Thomas say, you gotta want it as bad as you want to breathe. It's possible, but you just gotta put in the work to be that 1%. This is YouTube channel, man. He show y'all the ins and out. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, he give y'all, his journey with these kids, with these interactions with these different events and stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? This right here was the top college football players in the country prepare for the NFL draft at the Reese's Bowl. You know what I'm saying? The Reese's Senior Bowl. So y'all make sure y'all go subscribe. I put the link in the chat. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna talk a little football real quick, man.
No, I
I ain't gonna,
appreciate that, man.
for sure. I ain't gonna lie, man. I never was a team person where I say, oh, I like this team. I always like the players. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And Emmitt Smith, my favorite running back, but Emmitt been out a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Then it was I liked it though. Mike Allscott and the Ricky Williams and the Barry Sanders and Brock Marion, my cousin. You know what I'm saying? I was a huge fan of Dallas, and then he went to Miami, and you know what I'm saying? I never really was attached to a team. And then I got attached to the Bucks because of Tony Dungy. And Tony Dungy, when I was in elementary, he had my school had a Big Brother program, and his son, I think it was the older one that committed
Suicide.
suicide.
He died.
He committed suicide.
I remember that.
He was my big brother in the Big Brother program. And what they did was they took troubled kids, and we qualified to be the Big Brother program. And he invited me to the son birthday party and shit. And mind you, I'm in elementary. You know what I'm saying? And next thing I know, a couple months later, that's when he committed, suicide or whatever. So I was always a fan of Tony Dungy. Wherever he went, that's who I rock with, or whatever the case may be. But since he left the Bucks and he went to the Colts, and I haven't really watched football for real. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really watched football for real. So I want to say this, though. We got the 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Who you see winning the Super Bowl?
Oh, man. I think at this point, first of all, I got to say we was going for the Ravens. We from the DMV, so we was hoping that Lamar could get in there and do his thing, But right now, man, I don't think you can really go against Kansas City, dog. Just to be honest, they know how to win. They know how to perform in big time situations. Legendary coach Andy Reid. I think he is just in cruise control right now. No disrespect to San Fran and what they doing,
Right.
You know, it's definitely props to Brock Purdy. You know, he was Mr. Irrelevant, you know, and what that is he literally was the last person drafted, you know, his year he came out. So like those the cats that don't really get a opportunity, you know. So he took that, you know, to leading his team to the Super Bowl, you know. So like that's unbelievable, you know. So I definitely respect them guys, you know. Chase Young, a DMV cat over there with the San Francisco 49ers right now. He representing for us. But at the end of the day, you know, it's going to be tough to go against my homeboy, man.
Okay, now I want to say this because, like I say, I ain't watched football in a couple years. Will it be a close game?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great game. I think it's gonna be a great game. I think it'll be similar to what you know we saw, you know, last week in the playoffs. You know, it was they both came down to some nail biters. You know what I'm saying? So it's the Super Bowl, man. I think everybody gonna pull their tricks out. But like I say, man, I experience, man. That experience Patrick Mahomes has, I think, come out to help out in the end.
Okay. Now I did a poll right on YouTube and it says who y'all going for in the Super Bowl? The
Uh huh.
49ers or the Chiefs? And we got 53% say the 49ers, 47% says the Chiefs, and we had let me see how many people voted. 325 people voted.
Mm.
So out of
Okay.
325 people, 53% says the 49ers.
Mm.
Now, I must say, I have been hearing people on the outside of the internet saying the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, according to the internet, they saying the 49ers. Now, tell me what threat that you think the 49ers got that will even make this possible for them to beat the Chiefs. What they end game got to be like, what they got to do to even pull this off.
I think they gotta feed their stars, man. You know, at the end of the day, it's football. So you know, put the ball in the running back hand. You know, control the clock a little bit. You know, try to feed Debo Samuel and them boys out there on the outside, and you know, shit, it's gonna come down to defense, man. Like you say, we know what KC can do, scoring the ball. You know, so
Right.
that you know that secondary over there at San Fran gonna definitely have to stand tall and make a few plays you know, San Fran, like I say, they're gonna need to control the clock with the run and make some stops on defense, man. That's
Mhm.
how they're gonna have to get it done, you know,
Mhm.
for sure. But and I understand, you know, people, you know, going, you know, wanting to see San Fran win. Shoot, we tired of seeing Kansas City at this point. You know, they got the Taylor Swift effect and all that stuff going on.
Mhm.
So
Right.
it's a lot with all that. But at the same time, like I say, bro, it's hard to beat Patrick Mahomes, man.
Mhm.
So you think with the 49ers, it's just like a popularity effect. It's like emotion effect. Like they just want the 49ers to win. They got Taylor Swift effect. Is like by politics.
Yeah.
They want the 49ers to win.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But you got to look at the NFL and their politics too, because you know having Taylor Swift on that Kansas City sideline, I think that show a lot, mean a lot too.
Oh,
Yeah, but also, I think it's also a little bit of the Brock Purdy effect as far as like him being Mr. Irrelevant and being the underdog. Can you imagine if Brock Purdy win the Super Bowl, beating Patrick Mahomes, who we consider probably not, if not the greatest, the second best quarterback we ever seen in our
Right.
lives? Can you imagine the Brock Purdy, where you going after you leave here? I'm going to Disney World. The guy who
Right.
was Mr. Irrelevant, like I think that would sell, and I think America is this place where we root for the underdog.
100%. And you know, at the end of the day, man, I think that's a great story. Like I say, for the people that I'm around, the kids that you know in these communities that you know need any kind of hope. You know what I'm saying? Especially
right.
at that quarterback position. You know, that's one of those things where you know you got to be this tall, you got to do this, you got to look like this, but you know, a cat like Brock Purdy that's you know came from the bottom, and I love the story, you know, and that's something that you know a lot of people, like I say in my community, gonna be able to look up to. But look, man, I done played ball, man, against some greats, dog. Like I done been there, dog. I done played against Tom Brady, you know, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and when you going to get, and I'm not saying Brock Purdy isn't one of those guys, but when you going against that kind of talent at quarterback and Patrick Mahomes, bro, I'm telling you, and I'm a DB, and like I say, it's different, it's levels, dog, and it's somebody that can control the game like that. It's hard. Pause. It's hard.
Mhm.
Right, for sure, man. I most definitely. So you saying the Chiefs gonna take it?
That's what I'm saying, man. Look, I'm not
I'm
a I'm not
saying,
a
do you
gambler.
believe? Listen,
Yeah,
listen.
yeah,
Now
yeah,
I
yeah,
ain't trying to
yeah,
cut you off,
yeah.
but like I said, I don't watch football, but I plan on betting a pretty penny. So
Okay.
if you tell me the Chiefs gonna win, goddamn it.
Yeah, we're going Kansas City. I'm going
Okay,
Kansas City
okay
for
then.
sure.
Can
Okay,
you
I'm
give us
betting
a
with Kansas
score?
City.
Can you give us a score?
Ooh, score. Let's go 28 Kansas City, 21 San Fran.
Okay.
Okay, okay. And then I want to say this. So I know we talked about it behind the scenes, but is you gonna get the people a podcast, man? Is you gonna be the next Shannon Sharp? You know what I'm saying? Rock Carmichael, is you gonna be the next Shannon Sharp, man? Because I've been pitching the idea. I've been like, man, listen, Rock might do a podcast, man. And do y'all think that, and they like, that most definitely will be a lit situation. So is you gonna get the people a situation where you just, get your commentary on the game, and whether it's college or high school, or what I'm saying, do you look forward to that? Like, let the people know, like, what I'm saying, is
Yeah,
you
I
interested
mean,
in it?
definitely, man. I actually, been in talks, with some producers to get into that, and me, man. I kind of keep my hands in everything, so
Right.
I've actually recorded a couple episodes with the University of South Carolina, and their head coach, the University of North Carolina's head coach, and Dre Bly, who played 15
Mm-hmm.
years in the NFL. So I've been doing some stuff behind the scenes on it, but I think that one of my faults in being a pro ball player is I'm trying to perfect it. Just learning how to work the camera and the sounds and the visuals and everything, and that's why I reach out to cats like you, so I can learn it. But it's definitely coming, man, for sure, for sure.
Okay, for sure. I most definitely listen. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I don't even watch TV when it comes to regular TV.
Me
I
neither.
watch I watch YouTube, you know what I'm saying? I got Fight Stick. I watch that type of stuff. And I must say, I'm starting to become a fan of the Shannon Sharp show. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And I don't even watch sports. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But I most definitely feel like if you became, you know what I'm saying, if you start doing a podcast situation, that's a show that I most definitely will watch, you know what I'm saying, and support. You know what I'm saying? And like I told you, man, the people need y'all guys' opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people feel like this is a dope situation. Y'all make it reasonable for people like us and the people that's coming up, for us to be able to interact with y'all. You know what I'm saying? When I say y'all, I'm meaning people that played the game, people that's in the game. You know what I'm saying? It give us a sense of hope that this shit is real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, this Rock, like, you know what I'm saying? Rock telling us this, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that give the kids motivation. That give
right.
the kids motivation. And when I be, watching the Shannon Sharp and you know Chad show, like, a lot of times it don't even be on my mind, and like, let me go watch it. Like, it just instantly, like, when I see it, I stop, I watch it, and then it's like it take me back to when I was a kid. Like, if we had those kind of interactions with these guys, you know what I'm saying? Well, we could see these guys talking. Like, that's motivation. Because a lot of
Facts,
times that's what we need, is the motivation. You feel what I'm saying?
facts, man.
So,
Look, I met a kid. We're not a kid anymore, a grown man named Kyrie Jackson. Right, he's a defensive back at University of Oregon. All the way across the country. We from the DMV area. So I met Kyrie, and he grew up, around my neighborhood. I met Kyrie when I was playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. me not knowing, he done grew up, he done went across the country, whatever. Now he a superstar, about to be first, second round draft pick. He come up to me last week. He said, "Hey man, when you was playing in Philly, you threw a camp. Y'all was throwing those camps at Howard University, and I was one of the kids that you gave your football gloves to, and that's what made me, want to get into this shit and really believe that it can be done. So it's like." You run into those little situations, like you said, that just motivate cats all the time. And now, this dude, standing 6'3", 6'4", all the NFL, everybody all around him. And it's like, he from my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely that's what you do it for, man, those type of situations, bro.
Right. And that, man, that's most definitely dope, man. That's most definitely dope. Um,
Yeah.
so I just want to touch on, what I'm saying, how was the Reese Senior Bowl? Like how was that? What was the vibes?
Shit. Man, first of all, just to let people know, because a lot of people don't know what the Reese Senior Bowl is because it's such a like one of a kind type of thing.
Hmm.
It's literally like the Pro Bowl of college football. You got all the top superstars, all from the Heisman picks to whoever, all the top superstars in college football. They come down there. It's about 130 kids, and they practice and compete against each other all week. And if that's happening, then man, that means you got every NFL team and their organizations, every head coach, every college team, was down there, every head coach, all the agents, every sponsor, all the money that goes through the NFL, is literally down there for that week, interviewing kids, taking pictures, doing whatever they can, because like I say, these cats is about to be the next superstar.
Right.
So my role with it, I go out during the season, help scout these kids, write reports, give them back to different NFL teams, and try to do my best to help the next cat, make it, to that level. But and that's kind of what the Reese Senior Bowl is, and that's my part in it that I play. But like it was a great experience, dog. Like, can you imagine, just on the sideline, you watching Jerry Rice coach his son up, you know what I'm saying? Or you
Right.
out there with T.O. on the sideline, Mike Tomlin, like I say, Jerry Jones. It was crazy, man. All the big wigs in the game, is literally down there for a week together. You going out to eat, hanging out with everybody. So it was great, man. Great opportunity for myself. I got to work with the Minnesota Vikings defensive back coach, the Tennessee Titans, the Bengals, shoot, man, the Giants. Like it was a bunch of different cats that I was like personally dealing with and helping coach the kids, and so it was nice, man. Like I said, even for and I played in this game. Like I was one of those cats that was selected to play in this game in 2011. It wasn't as big as it is now, with the highlights and the cameras and all that, but it still was a big deal. It was always like a crazy honor, if you get selected to go there. If you down there, you definitely going to the NFL. That's how it's looked at.
Okay. Okay. So to the young high school football player that's watching this, right?
Yeah.
That got dreams of going to the NFL. That's wondering what is it these scouts is looking for? What I have to do to make it? Tell me what's a couple of things that you look for in these students to determine they should be picked to go to the NFL. What's something a couple of things that you look for?
Yeah. I mean, man, to be honest, everybody measurables are different, bro. Like I'm a 5'10" cat, 5'11", 190. I could run. I was fast. I was aggressive. I like contact. But at the same time, it's some people who may be 6'4", 6'5". I played with Cam Chancellor in college, and we played the same positions, right? So it's different. The guy you got paused right now, that's the cat I was talking about at Oregon from the DMV, man. Had that
Right
number
here,
10 on.
number
Let me see.
10.
Yep, he had the orange jersey and it was number 10. The screen
Okay.
had just rolled past him, man. But
Okay, I got him.
yep, that's him right there. Yep. But
Right here.
yep. That's my cat, Kyrie Jackson, man, out of Wise High School, out of PG County. Looking at being a top 2 round draft pick defensive back right now. And yeah, I used to throw camps back in the day at Howard University, and he was one of the kids, that came through the camp and won the MVP and got the gloves and all the cool stuff from the Eagles I had brung back home at the time, man. So it's crazy to see like that junk come full circle like that, man. Um, and then back to like you say the scouting part, what we looking for. The biggest thing that I even myself that I just learned, from this past week is they just looking for ball players, man. They looking for dogs, like just the old school. It's the same things. Like when you see Deion Sanders, you see Jerry Rice, you see T.O. They all got that same look in their eye. You know what I'm saying? They all look like a dog. All look like they want to fight. And at the end of the day, it's like football is still football. All the cool stuff is cool, and that's a plus. But they looking for somebody who is willing to listen. Be a team player and go out there and fight, bro. And it's like the skill, has to be the skill. Like we don't really got to talk about that, but at the end of the day, man, they looking for ball players, man. You know.
So one more question with the scout. Who you seen that was most definitely at that event that you like, yeah, they're gonna be it. They're gonna be
Dog,
it.
all of them, bro.
Okay,
All of them,
okay,
all of them,
okay.
all of them was that. It was one kid though, like I said, they grown men, dog. Not gonna say kid. It was one cat out of Missouri. I can't think of his name right off top. He played D line, man. Dark skinned cat, dreads, man. Dude looked like the Hulk. Like he come through the hotel, arms, bro. His arms and shoulders was like boulder balls. Like this dude was huge. Like, and so I'm watching him, move around, real respectable in the hotel. Big smile on his face. Everybody love him. And Kansas City, they had played the Ravens that earlier that evening. So they was had scouts and people down there. Soon as
Right.
he walked past, the Kansas City scout said, "Man, we taking him first round." You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? And it was like, damn, it was like this dude is. But he looked like it though. When you see him, you're like, oh yeah, I want him on my team for
Right.
sure, man.
Now, who was some of the players that you looked up to when you was coming up and imagine I want to go pro? Who was that motivation for you?
For me, man, like I come up right in that same era with you, man. I love watching Barry Sanders. I love Prime, Jerry. But kind of when I got into high school, kind of started growing up, I started watching. I wanted to compete too bad to
Right.
be a fan. So it was at that point I took all my pictures and all that stuff off the wall of the older guys, and it was like, shit, this where I want to go. This what I want to do. And I remember having that conversation with Michael Vick. Of course, he went to Virginia Tech as well, but we played together in Philly, and that's when I really got to sit down and talk to him. We was hanging out, and I was like, dog, like never would have thought that I would be on a team with Vic.
That's crazy.
Um, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I remember having you on my wall, and I was like, and you was also my competition too. It was like, shit, if he doing it like this what I want to do, and I had to figure out, how I was gonna do it, but it's like I said, man, those situations, dog, I got to when Ed Reed, y'all remember when Ed Reed went to Houston,
Right.
he went down to the Texans. I was wearing number 20, right? I remember watching ESPN when they came across the screen. They say the Texans just traded for Ed Reed. So, first thing I did was go to the equipment dude and change my number. I was like, shit, Ed Reed coming. I know he gonna want number 20. Go ahead and take that and give me 22 or 21, whatever was open.
Right.
And when he came down, he seen that, and me and him built a relationship off of that. You know, so now, I get to, at the Miami game, I take my kids down there or something, he showed love. And so it's like, just little relationships, man, and situations that you build with cats, man.
Right, for sure, man. And that was my number 21. Like my number was 21. And but I like that Emmett, but 22 was taken by a cat that he was very fast, but he wasn't better than me. He was very fast, but back then we wasn't like, oh, I need that number, but you know what I'm saying? But 21 was my
Yeah,
most definitely number. But I want to say this. What was that feeling when you actually made it to the
man.
NFL, man? Like, what was like you got them? Like, did the world stop, or like, what was that feeling, man?
For real though, to be honest, man, it was it was different. Like my story is so different, bro. Like that was the year of the lockout. Y'all remember when the lockout came, right?
Right.
So at the same time, you excited, but it's like shit, you got drafted, but it ain't no football, ain't no means, ain't no money moving, ain't no nothing. So it's like for from January to August, you back at home on the street. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I didn't believe it, and I think that you know kind of affected my career and decision makings because it was like it was surreal, but it was so surreal it was like the shit ain't even happened because it was the lockout. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's
So
like
go ahead.
go ahead. I'm down in Miami just training, for 8, 9 months, borrowing money from the banks, like going in the red. And it's like it ain't even supposed to be that. So it's like it started out, frustrating, So it was a different situation that year, man.
So you got signed when it was during the lockout. So you didn't even really get the enjoyment that other players got that before the lockout and after the lockout. It wasn't even so real. It wasn't that I'm straight, the bank going
Yeah.
crazy. Like it wasn't even that.
It wasn't even that, bro. It was like you was back at home on the street. You know what I'm saying? You back at mama house, like shit. What you gonna do? You done made all these plays for these colleges and all this shit. Now it's over. You know what I'm saying? And all they telling you is, yeah, you got drafted, you made it, but we don't know when it's gonna open back up. So you just back at home. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and now it's even worse in college because now you gotta figure out how you gonna feed yourself and all kind of stuff was going on, man. So it was a weird time, but that's what, like I say, it made me start looking outside of football, like you say, right? Like we come up and it's like shit, this all I know, this what I want to do. And I kept, being successful. So it was like I was single minded. But once that happened, it taught me, it broke me. It was like, man, wake up. Like you can't have somebody in control of your life like that. You know what I mean? To the point where if you don't play football, you can't eat, you know what I'm saying? It's like that shit was crazy, and that was, when Twitter and the internet, all this stuff started, popping in 2010, 2011. So it was, for me, man, it was just an alternate perspective. That was made me start reading books and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to start
For sure.
doing my research and building my mind so I can, it was like now I got to figure out what's next. You know what I'm saying? What else can I
Right.
do? Because I put my whole life into this, and at the drop of a dime, they said it's over. You know what I'm saying? And it was that was crazy. It was a crazy feeling.
So how long was that process? Like how long was it until you actually felt the benefits of the NFL from the lockout?
Literally from January to August, it was no emotion.
Man.
I played my last college game January 3rd, like 2000 whatever, 2010. We played against Stanford, Andrew Luck and them boys. We played them in Miami. I was training down there, so I stayed. I literally the game was over 1, 2 in the morning. I after the game, I drive straight to where I'm living and training at, for the combine and all this junk. I go straight there after the game, and now I'm just there. I had a little bit of money. My agents, you know, it was like they was helping, but at the same time, you know, I'm gonna ask the question. I'm like, shit, I'm not making no money, so if y'all give me money, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta pay this back, or it's a loan from the bank, or what's going on? And it was, you know, just getting loans from the bank, and you was gonna have to try to figure out how you was gonna live until the NFL, you know, called you, and it literally was so I had like damn near like giving up on it, right? I was like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen. I go home, you know, I go back to DC. I'm staying at my brother's house at this point. This like in August, sometime around there. And I remember sitting up, it was about 2, 3 in the morning, and we got the phone call. The Texans called and was like, hey, they opening the NFL back up. Lockout is lifted tomorrow morning at 8. We're gonna have you a flight down to Houston at 9. We got practice tomorrow. And that's how that shit went. It was like shit. It was, left
That's
him out the
dope.
trap at my brother crib, and now I'm in the Texas.
For sure, man. For sure. Yeah, man. I ain't listen, man. That shit, like, you know what I'm saying? You got a story that people, millions of people dream of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um, Salute to you for your success, man. Hey, he got a YouTube channel. The link is in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe, man. He give y'all the background of what he doing, what he see, all the things that he's involved in, and you know what I'm saying. Like he said, he got a podcast coming soon, man. So y'all make sure y'all tap in and support them kids. You know what I'm saying. Supporting him is supporting the kids. You know what I'm
facts,
saying. So we gotta support the kids, man. We most definitely gotta support these kids. So we gotta support him. And anybody that's trying to help these kids, I support 100%. So you already know anything that I can do. You know what I'm saying. You let me know, and we're gonna get the ball rolling. But man,
facts.
I most definitely salute you, man, for reaching out
For
and
real, salute, bro. Your story definitely inspiring, and I appreciate the fact that it's a lot of kids that's good. We see these kids all the time; they real good, but they still need to know the way in order to make it to the that will have the best opportunity to make it to the league and be successful. Because you can be good. We've seen a lot of kids be good, and then they they don't make it because they don't know the way. You know what I mean? They from humble
Facts.
beginnings and things of that nature.
Facts. Nah, man, that's it, dog. We, you know, it's a team, dog. It take a nation, bro. You know, so at the end of the day, everybody all going through what they going through. You know what I'm saying? So especially
right,
the youngsters, man. It's like they don't know. They think they know, but they don't know that they don't know. So I'm here to help them, man.
right, for sure, man. This what I want to do, man. And you know what I'm saying. I could have told you behind the scenes, but I just thought about it. Um, I know you work with the kids and you know what I'm saying, the young adults.
Yeah.
Um, Anybody that want to share their story and just want to shed light on what they got going on, any one of the students, whether it's high school, college, middle school, you know what I'm saying, let me know. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a show or segment, star of the month, and we're gonna call them
Okay.
star of the month, and we just gonna let them come up and let them, tell their story, their goals, and what they plan on being in the next 5 years, and you know what I'm saying, and just
Yeah.
just get a peep of them, like get a peep of them, because like I said, like I got 90,000 subscribers, you know what I'm saying. Let the world get them a platform to voice their opinions, and
Right.
also anything that we can help outside of football, whether it's they want to do anything on this internet, you know what I'm saying? We
And
can
you know, that's big right now, especially, you know, the cats getting them NIL deals, and they
right,
paying, you can get paid now in high school, you know, to
Facts.
play ball and stuff. So, you know, they need, you know, the content, you know, they need to, you know, expand their brands and all that stuff. And it's great for them, you know, to get thrown into that fire with the business early, you know. So
right,
that's one of the reasons I had to start doing it myself, you know. It was like shit. I gotta learn and help y'all because you know y'all cats drop these podcasts, create the YouTube channels. Y'all can make your own money, you know, while you out there at these universities and doing this thing like that. So, yep, we definitely on the same page with that. Appreciate that.
And Rock,
for
I
sure,
want to I
man.
want to talk about. I want to say two things. First, we'll be happy to come down there to one of the camps. You know what I mean, or some of the camps, and interact
Oh
with the
yeah,
youth. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real big football fan. My son a big football fan, so anything we can do to come down there help, you know what I mean? We'll come down there, help set up cones and things of that nature because I like what you're doing.
No.
Number two, I don't know if you got something like this in your program, but I do know a lot of former college players and a few NFL players. And one thing that stuck out to me was and these are people that came from my neighborhood that grew up and they had a shot and some of them actually didn't make it. But it was one thing that I talked about with them, and I ain't gonna say their names or nothing, but a lot of them dealt with depression when they got to a certain level and they didn't achieve the next level. And they was talking about, because I had this conversation with a couple of my boys, and they was talking about how it was almost they wish they hadn't achieved what they achieved, because I had some partners that actually went on in college and they won the national championship and they didn't go to the next step further. And they said that internally they dealt with depression from people from where they from knew them, but when they would ask them what was going on and why they wasn't, in the league, it would just make them be depressed. So I don't know if you got a program or something like that in your program that can help some of these young men that may not make it deal with that stress of the situation if it happens.
No, that's a great point, man. And shoot, myself, I went through it. I think it's just a thing that we have to go through it as athletes. You know what I'm saying? Because like you say, we've been, focused on the same thing your whole life, and then once it's over, it's kind of, getting into the real world. You got to learn what's going on. I'm like, I didn't start. I'm new to YouTube and Googling stuff and all that because I'm like, dog, all I've been doing is watching film and trying to make plays since I've been 8 years old.
Right.
So at that, saying that, we do have 1% services, where we try to focus on the mental part of it, dealing with like a clinician out of the DC area. We kind of try to send people to and take advantage of those things like that. But and then at the same time, that with the younger cats, it's like they don't really know what they getting themselves into, so that's like you said, that's the main reason I'm here, training them and taking them around all that cool stuff. That's cool. But for when that shit get hard, I'm that's what I always tell them, that's what I'm here for, man, because I done been there, and it's gonna get hard for sure.
Facts.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Now let's go ahead and tell me this though, and I'm gonna let you get out of here, man. Who you got MVP for the Super Bowl?
Ooh, MVP. This might be a little unpopular opinion. I'm going Travis Kelce.
I
Travis
like that
Kelce.
pick too, bro. I think you're right.
Yeah, that tight end position, one of them. Is he can be. I mean, he has been a real difference maker, but shit, it could be a uneven matchup. With a backer, or he out there on some corners blocking them to death. So it's like shit. I think he a key piece for sure.
Right.
Okay, so tell me this. A lot of times it always be the quarterback. A lot of times that get the MVP. And I understand the quarterback is like the leader of the team.
Right.
You don't see your boy getting MVP?
I think if they win it, man, I think he done got a couple of them already. That's why I went with Kelsey. I think
Okay.
that they might try to switch it up. But like I said, that quarterback position is that special, bro, and that's why a lot of them get it. Like I said, having to playing against Tom Brady, is it's a mental game, like he literally, like it's like playing Madden on all Madden, and it's like this motherfucker know the plays. You know what I'm saying? Like he know what to do, he know where the ball going. Don't matter where you stand at, like that's
Right.
literally what it's like when you play them type of cats. So it's like I can definitely see him winning it too, but I'm like shit. I'm going with the Taylor Swift effect, man. They going to Kelsey, man.
All right, man. I got one more question, man. You get out of here, man. when you was playing with Vick, right? I heard, you know what I'm saying? Because when Vick was Vick, I got actually two. When
Go
Vick
ahead.
was Vick, you know what I'm saying? I used to hear about Vic throw the ball so hard he break cat fingers and like was that really a thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it looked crazy because he left-handed. So from
Yeah.
watching him from TV and it just looked crazy. Like, you know, it looked like he throwing it hard. Like, what was that ever a situation where guys had the wide receivers had to adjust to Michael Vick power of throwing the ball?
Yeah, man, 100%. You know, like you said, he was a lefty, so it was spinning a little different. But Vic strong as hell too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Vic from the Virginia Beach, man. You know, the
Right.
country boy for real. So it's like, you know, he can definitely he lifts damn near like a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he had some heat on that. He definitely had some heat on that ball, man, for sure.
Okay, for sure. Now tell me this. When Vic had that minor setback and he came back. Now I seen when he first came back, he was on. They had him second string type situation.
Hmm.
Was it? You think it was politics, or you think it was just a point in time where the gang had changed and he wasn't the Michael Vick? Like, was it a situation where they just had him back up and you know what I'm saying? Or like, did he lose it? Did he lose a step when he came back? Or was it just a politics? Because I was expecting Mike to come back and just be like the king, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't that same effect. Not saying his skills, but just the hype around him. It
Yeah.
wasn't. It wasn't that same effect. Like what was different?
I think it had. I think a few things changed, man. Like you said, of course, the politics. You know, them people. You know, you already know how that go with us. You know what I'm saying, and that whole situation. So he had to fight through that. And then as an athlete, like whoever running the organization, a cat that got to take a year and some change off. You don't want to just throw him back in that fire. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying, like that. On his body. To keep him from getting hurt. Things like that. So that took some time. And then I think the biggest thing too, because I was there. Um, man, the defenses got bigger and faster.
Bigger.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, and the game always evolve. It's the same, but it's like Cat's gonna, kind of get better. So it's like, once he came back, now your DNs and linebackers running 4-4s and 4-3s. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like
Right.
shit. You ain't just out here with the cats with the big pads on running past everybody no more. You know what I'm saying? And and like I said, the joint just keep evolving. But once he did, kind of get his swing, and he was playing and doing well up there. I do think that they did him wrong. Y'all remember they put Nick Foles in. Nick Foles had started playing, and Nick was super cool. Nick, my boy too. Used to hang out with him and everything. But Vic was the guy. Vic was the guy.
Right.
They kind of wanted to move on past him, and Nick Foles came in and he played well for us at the time. But yeah, man, I think that they broke up a real good team, dog. You remember they had LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, Michael Vick,
Right.
Jeremy Maclin, boy, them boy, like going against them in practice, bro. That shit was crazy. It was like, dog, these boy,
Chip Kelly broke that team up.
yeah, for sure, man. Chip, I definitely had some good and some bad experience with him, but that's the kind of cat he is, man. But Chip broke that team up, man. And then you let these cats come in a year or two later and win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I
I
ain't
got a
gonna lie.
question. I heard you hit on something, and you say these boys getting better and stuff. And I we have this debate sometimes. Me and one of my partners, we talk about sports, but I want to ask you because you hit on it, and I don't know if you did. Are today's players better than yesterday's players? And when you say that, before yesterday, I want to talk about like with the sports medicine, or with the nutrition, or things of that nature. Or do you think today's players are better than yesterday's players?
100%, man. I do. At the end of the day, like Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Dion is Dion. It's like the greats is the greats. It ain't too many cats that can be Dion size and Dion speed and all that stuff. He's special. But today, like you say, with all the things that players do have, man, the most important dog is the internet. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, bro, you can, like it's kids, 5, 6 years old just on the internet watching football all day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like being able to have it, accessible like that, and being able to learn as much as you want to learn. It's like you say, imagine if we had that, as kids, and it's like shit, dog. If I can rewind and watch prime time as much as I want to. It's like that. Imagine how that would have helped, one of our games. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I definitely think, the cats are smarter. That's what I would say. Like I think like the wide receiver position is a good example. It's like you got, your Rices and Mosses and all these cats, but it's like once Odell hit the scene, with all the fancy footwork and all his stuff, like kind of making it look more like soccer and everything. And now your boys, the Jeffersons and all them boys, it's like it was an evolution. You know what I'm saying? Like they can catch and do all that too, but now these boys is like, it's more Ocho Cinco's out there. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's I think it's the evolution. I think the DB position is kind of going through that right now. Like the DBs is getting better. They learning more and things like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, man, I definitely think the boys these days got it.
You all right, music?
Yeah. No, I had one. Took a little bathroom break real quick. Okay, man, like I say, man, salute to you, man. The people most definitely will see you more on my channel. I want to bring you back. Um, you betting on the Super Bowl?
Nah, man, I don't gamble at all, bro.
Okay,
Just
okay,
from being in it so long, that's like illegal. That's a red
right,
flag. So I'm like,
right.
shit. I talk ball all day, but I'm like, I don't even get into the bet.
Okay, now listen. Tell me this. Okay, put it like this: is you under any contract where you can't speak on the NFL? And this the last one, but I gotta say it because I've been seeing this shit so much. Is you under anything where you can't speak on the NFL first?
No, no.
Okay, is the script real?
Oh man.
Oh
Oh
no, you gotta
man.
answer that one.
Yeah. Oh man.
Because we know, okay, wrestling, you know what I'm saying? Got them, we done prove wrestling ain't right. We done prove Vegas, like
Boxing, boxing.
boxing, like is the script real? Because it was going viral last year about the script and all this
When
stuff here.
Yeah, I look Arian Foster, right? That's who had popped it off and said it.
Aaron Foster,
I
yeah.
play with him down in Houston. That's my
Real
dog.
smart guy. Real smart guy.
Oh man,
Right.
super intelligent. He the type of cat go to the club and read a poem. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like he's crazy. Yeah, he one of them. Um, so when he said it, I understood exactly what he was saying. And I it's not saying that it's scripted. Like a movie or like a play.
Right.
But it is. Y'all done play ball. It is scripted to the point where your first 20 and last 20 plays are written down. They scripted. That's what you
They are.
practice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you going through this whole simulation and practice of these certain situations, and then all of a sudden you get into the game and these same situations is happening. I'm like, shit, you can call it scripted or you can call it psychic. I don't know what you want to call it, but that's what he was getting at. It's like
Okay.
we go out and practice these certain situations and they written down. That's what the coaches got on their paper. There's certain calls for the certain situations, but it's like, us as players, like this is what you've been in camp doing. This is what you've been practicing, right? So, like I say, once it hit, is hey, it's weird, man.
It
That's a
feels
hard
like a
thing.
play. It feels like a play.
Yeah, it do. It honestly do. And when you on good teams, it feel even more like that because the
It's
shit gonna go
crazy.
exactly how the script say. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna
Right.
practice second and three. You gonna practice, and it's like we hitting this shit right down the line, just like whoever wrote this down.
Damn.
Right.
Hey, that's a unique perspective. I never even thought about it that way. You explained it perfect.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
man.
So it's technically scripted through knowledge of whoever's putting the plays and the situations together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's
And if
and
you
then
and if you execute the plays, or even the probability that the play may be executed. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I was about to say, I was like, it really come down to math. It's
Yeah.
like whoever, like that's what make coaches, great coaches. Like it's somebody that don't go home. This motherfucker sitting in here all day, and he done watch every play that this team done had in this
Right.
situation, and he know what to do. And like you said, he gonna have the percentages of how much is successful,
Mm-hmm.
when who was on the field and is successful. So it break down the math, man. But at the end of the day, like I say, Foster is a real intelligent dude, and he
Mm-hmm.
started something with that, and he a running back. The running back, he know the script. That's his job. Like he like the
Right.
quarterback. He know every play. He know what's going to happen. So it's like, yeah, yeah. It's
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you spoke on that, man, because we, us as the people, we look at it as we was looking at it as the higher up, goddamn it, gonna say that the Chiefs gonna run this in 3rd and 10, and we want such and such to happen, and you know what I'm saying. So you breaking it down like that most definitely cleared a lot of stuff up, man.
Nah, I appreciate that, man. That's a good one, dog. I see it all the time, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
it depending on how you judge it. You know what I'm saying? If you
Right.
call that scripted, like I understand, but that's what they call science. It's just math. It ain't no secret. You know what I'm saying? It's just math.
For sure, man. For sure. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and let you get out of here, man. The Super Bowl. When is the Super Bowl?
Sunday.
Sunday, man.
This Sunday. You gonna be
Yeah.
watching it?
100% tuned in.
100% for sure. I might do a Super Bowl live, man. I might do a Super Bowl live. So if you free, it ain't gonna be probably during the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be probably after or before, just just tap in with the people, you know what I'm saying? Because they be really tripping about playing certain clips and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
on YouTube. And my plan tonight was I was gonna play some clips, but they just so
Oh
iffy,
yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's only one person I know that got permission to play NFL and NBA clips, and he's a YouTuber, young kid, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Flight Reacts. He the only
Okay.
one ESPN give him permission to react to they shit. I gotta hit him up and see what kind of damn who he connected to, cause
Yeah, because Flimlo Raps, he big. I think he got over 1 million subscribers, and he don't even have permission to play the
nah.
clips.
Now, Flight Reacts, he's the only YouTuber. He's like 25, 24. He's the only YouTuber allowed to react to any sport clips. And I think it's just his personality. And they agree with the entertainment. You know what I'm saying? He go crazy. He loves sports. So
Right.
I
Yeah.
think they just agree with his personality. But that's what I really wanted to do. But I thought about it. I ain't gonna, you
Nah, they
know what
would
I'm
have got
saying?
you.
Yeah, they most definitely would have got us. So
I'm glad y'all just taught me that though, because we definitely might be able to break through that.
Mm-hmm.
Because bro, I was just down there, ESPN, all them people. Like I'm just down there having drinks with them, eating dinner. You know what I'm saying? And
okay.
they all about trying to figure out how to get into the different communities. It's like
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I got to figure out how to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that might be something we definitely can get into for sure.
Man, come on, man. We get a situation where Rock could react also to this shit, man. And oh man, that'd be dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That'd be most definitely dope, man. And it'll most definitely go crazy because you would be technically the only one that's in your
yeah,
little, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So yeah, that's most definitely a
And
lane
that
right
would be a great partnership as well.
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
For
man.
sure.
Y'all boys smart, man. I appreciate it for sure. I'm definitely try to make something happen with that.
For sure, man. Man, you already know I support everything you do, man. You
No
welcome
doubt.
anytime. Like I said, I probably go live. I might I say I am, but I don't know. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't really been tapped in football so long. It's like a sore thumb. You know what I'm saying
Yeah,
with me? It's like
yeah,
it's like I love the game so much. It's like I choose not to watch it. But I do tune in when it comes to the Super Bowl. Like I won't watch it, and that go for any sport. I won't watch it all season, but when it comes to like the championship game, I
right.
tap in. I'm gonna bet. I don't know who I'm really going for, type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
we most definitely, like, you know what I'm saying. if I'm on, you know what I'm saying, you want to pull up and get your opinion, man, you already
Yeah,
know.
just let me know. Yeah, y'all just let me know, man, for sure. Like I say, that's what I'm doing all day, talking ball anyway, bro. And like you say, shit, people want to see Shannon Sharp, different things. Like the ball is one thing, but from being on that side of it, I know, like that's why Shannon Sharp's so successful. It's like you got the sports fans, but then you got everybody else in tune too, because everybody don't just want to talk straight ball all day. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying? Like they want
nah,
to be able to make it live. Make it cool, make it important for right now for them. So
right.
I think something can work for sure.
For sure. And it go down to we be wanting to know y'all personality. You know what I'm saying? What would a Rock think about this topic that's going viral? Ain't got nothing to do with sports. It's like,
Right,
you know what I'm saying? It be,
right.
that type of situation. So most definitely, you know what I'm saying? That's why it works. That's why it works seeing Shannon Sharp, do what he do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because we want to see you outside of the actual realm that we know you of, because
right,
it's foreign to us.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for
Nah,
sure.
we locked in, man, for sure. Whatever, whenever, man. Y'all just let me know. I'm here.
Mhm.
All right, salute, brother.
Salute,
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 man.
Rock.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you.
All
Hey,
right,
y'all
man.
make sure y'all go subscribe to, man, Rock Carmichael, man. Subscribe to his channel. I'm gonna put it in the comment section again. Like I said, he's supporting the kids, so we gotta support him, man.